The secret to improve at chess is to master critical moments. In this video, I'm showing you what a critical moment is and how you can take the best decision in such situations. During this video, I lose the first game of this speedrun. It's horrible. Enjoy. Alright, e4 and e5. I love it. Let's see if I can play the Spanish. When I started to play chess, I used to play the Italian game. And then I moved to the Spanish because I think it's more flexible. My opponent is playing knight ge7, which is a minor line. Basically, you're not moving your knight active where you want to be in the f6 square, but in a passive square, also blocking this bishop. What do we do here? I want to go fast and furious for the center. So I'll play the move c3 and then d4. The idea is to have two strong pawns in the center of the board next to each other. Then I'm going to castle to develop all my pieces. And the question is, how is my opponent developing? Because here I don't trade. If I trade, I'm helping my opponent, right? So every time you have the possibility to trade pieces, ask yourself, who is this trade helping? Is it a plus for me or is it a plus for my opponent? Here is a huge plus for black because after bishop takes, knight takes, this knight has a natural square and the bishop can go out. So absolutely, I will go back. Okay, my opponent moved the knight one more time and now I go for the center. I push here, I will have two strong pawns. Also, this knight is aiming for this square, so I always need to make sure that that square is controlled. I take back here, and now I have two strong pawns. That's very nice. I think my opponent will have to try to go for the center with the move d5 to attack my strong pawns. If not, I just have an advantage here. Okay, bishop e7 is a shy move. I will just keep developing. I'm ready to castle. So now we have to think how to develop all your pieces, no? This bishop might stay there, but might also go back here or there. I want to bring it towards diagonal that are affecting this king, right? So that would be really good. Also, I need to start to think. I might want to push these pawns forwards, like play moves like d5, e5. Every time the pawns are next to each other, you have to be very careful. Do you want to push them? Because if you push them, for example, we played the move d5, you leave the square around the pawn weak. So you just do it if you really think it's good. You get more plus than minus. And at this point, I'm not going to push because I'm just giving an amazing square for this knight and it's not worth it. The question is where to place this bishop. Well, the bishop could go out on e3. And I think I'm just going to play that. Also, with the move d6, this is also a very good tip. Every time your opponent makes a move, ask shortly, what do they want to play next? Probably they want to go out with this bishop, maybe here, or maybe here, shy again. I think bishop here. So is this pin annoying? Do I need to play the move h3? I think not. I think I will play just bishop out. Because if the bishop goes there, then I will play the move h3. After bishop takes, I can take with the queen because this pawn is protected by my bishop, so it's all good. After bishop here, h3, if the bishop goes there, I can play the move g4, Giga Chad, and this bishop is trapped. So, okay, there we go. All part of the plan. Now this bishop has to go back. If the bishop goes back here, do you see it? Bang, we have a fork. If the bishop goes here, it's trapped, so the bishop has to go back in a passive square on d7. So it's great that we waited to play the move h3 and let our opponent go on g4. Also, the move h3 is usually useful because we create some space for the king so we don't get checkmate on the back rank. Great. Now we are in a critical moment. You might ask, what is a critical moment? The critical moment is when you have to take a decision that is more important than others. Meaning that here we have developed all our pieces and it's the moment to build a plan. How do we want to keep going? What do we want to do? So I see different options. I see that we have the pawns in the center of the board. And this is a guideline because what I want to do in this position is attack this king. I usually love to attack, but especially in this position, we have an advantage of space and we can try to use it. How? Would be very lit to move this knight away and then to start to push f4, f5, kick this knight away. And now the question is how to do it exactly. I think I will start with moving this bishop away from this square because that bishop is doing absolutely nothing right now. And I might want to bring this bishop here on c2 or on b3. But there is a problem. If I go on c2, there is knight here. And if I go on b3, there is knight there. So maybe I might even wait for that, or I might play the move a3 prophylactic. Because after this, knight there, where do I go with the bishop? Well, maybe I can simply go there and play this next. Okay, I will play bishop here. That's good. And then maybe one day I will play also knight there and f4, f5. That's my plan. I think we have it. So this was a critical moment because we didn't think just about one move, but we thought about a combination of moves together. And this is what you have to do to stop an important moment, take some time, and then be fast in the next few moves because you already know what you want to do. And I like here that a3 is incoming, the knight has to go back. Ooh! c5 is a very spicy move. Attacking the center from the side. What are my options here? I could take, I could push, I could stay there, right? I could kick this knight away. So many options. And this is another critical moment because pawns are not going back. These are breaking moves because the position could explode, everything could open up. What to do? I have the feeling that I don't have to touch this pawn. I don't have to take, I don't have to push, no. Because once my opponent takes, this pawn will be alone, weak, an island. You know, there is no pawn around, so that pawn is weak because cannot be protected by other pawns. That's why I'm not doing anything, and I might keep going with my plan. Maybe I just play knight here, and after pawn takes, I will take with my bishop. Do we like it? I think we like it. Yeah, I think we like it. What else could be an idea? Let's consider it. We could also think about taking, play this move, knight goes back, and then go with the knight on d5. This also looks nice. Okay, I think I like this plan. I think I like to go with the knight backwards, to then play f4, to play f5. It's very direct, and it's not easy for my opponent to deal with it. They are a master, by the way. Ooh. Okay, the knight is going back. I love it, because I didn't even need to play the move a3. Perfect. Now, this pawn is under attack 1 and 2 times. So, I might take here, yes. I will take there and then go with my plan, bang, f4, 2 strong pawns ready to attack. We are taking space, and this pawn is also a bit weak, right? It's protected just by this bishop, but it can be easily attacked more times. I imagine a queen going there, also by a knight. Of course, we don't really need to care too much about that pawn to attack it, because our business is on the king side. We want to push here, and eventually maybe have a pawn on f6, bring a bishop here and give checkmate. Okay, this move is a mistake because it just brings, you know, it just invites my knight on the best square on the board, d5. This knight cannot be kicked by any pawn. It's a strong piece and it goes there with tempo. What does it mean? That I'm attacking the queen. My opponent has to move the queen again, and it's like if they didn't really have a move. So that's great. And they went back home. Oh no. Okay, now how do we go on? We could push this pawn, we could push this pawn. We could take here. But you know what I'll play? I will play queen here, I think. Oh, maybe not, because I would do the same mistake of my opponent. No, probably not. The idea of queen here was that I want to play knight takes and then take here. That would be lit. Maybe I don't need to do that. What could I play instead? I might simply go with my knight back here. Because if I push the knight as again this juicy square, so I don't want to do it unless I have a huge plus, and I think I have a huge plus. Wait a second. So if I push, the knight goes there, and I push again. Ooh, because after bishop takes, I takes bim bum bam, and I destroy the king side. And I think that might be worth it. Bing, boom, bang. Yeah, I think that is really worth it. Okay, yeah, let's do it. It's great. I'm starting to have a few times, so I have to speed up. Okay, knight is moving here for sure. I mean, here looks really ugly. So this would be a huge mistake, I can tell you. Because the knight is protected just from the bishop, but the connection will be broken by my pawn pushing. Pushy, pushy. That's great. Also, once this bishop moves, this pawn is also hanging, so that's great. I mean, again, every time you leave such a juicy square to your opponent, you have to make sure that you have a huge plus. And this pawn on f6 is a huge plus because it's going to destroy the king side. Now, I could play bishop here, which looks really nice. Then the rook has to move, and then I play queen here. Yeah, I think that's good. Bishop here. Imagine a queen on g7. That's checkmate, everybody. Not so easy to gather, although. Every time I go on G3, there is knight going back. Okay, we have to speed up. I mean, time bubble, you know? A bit of pressure. This queen is multitasking here because can go on F2, attacking this pawn, can go here. This king move is great. I think so. Because now the rook could go there, defend. I'm thinking how I should go on. You know what is my problem? Is that I don't have my pieces out. I don't have all my pieces super aggressive. This knight is not attacking. Okay, wait, there is a pawn hanging here. I have to move my king away. Ouch. Ouch. I have time pressure here. I have a great chance to attack, but I don't have the pieces. That's why, actually, to attack, you have to bring all your pieces to the party first. I might have to simply go back here. Let's go here. This pawn is a bit weak. 1 minute, 53 seconds. That's scary, oh my god. I will bring now this rook, and then I will try to bring again this knight. Sorry, okay, we need to protect this pawn. We'll do by playing this move. There we go, this protected, and no knight can attack the queen, so that's great. Now this pawn would be potentially hanging. This knight is so strong, you see? Maybe f5, f6 was too early. I had to activate first all my pieces. Okay, this pawn might be a problem. Now I don't make the same mistake. Now I just stay calm and I bring all my pieces until the pressure is very strong that I can have a winning move. Ooh, this knight move is strong. I will simply go back here because I don't want to trade the knight for the bishop. Those two knights are monsters. I did something wrong here. I had to deal with them. And it's really not so easy to trade them. That's a problem. I might have to sacrifice an exchange. Okay, let's just try to double the rooks here. Maybe we even go for the sacrifice. My opponent shouldn't take, because by taking, I have a pass pawn, plus I activate this bishop that is right now kind of sleeping. Because this knight is there, and I cannot push. Okay, let's bring the other rook. I'm just trying to bring all the pieces, and I need to bring also this knight. And I think a good way could be to go on f1, e3, and f5. Something like this. Okay, we keep going with our plan. This bishop move is not really doing much. So we just keep going. The knight towards f5. I'm not sure if we go really towards f5, although. Because after we go on f5, the knight can take, and then this pawn are all blocked. Okay, our opponent kind of made us a favor by moving this knight away from that strong square. We'll go all the way back. There we go. In open position, you don't want to trade a bishop for a knight. You want to keep your bishop here. This pawn is now hanging. This move was really bad. When you can no longer improve the position, you shouldn't make it worse. I mean, I think a move like b5, just trying to get some space on the king side, would have been better for my opponent. But don't make your piece less strong. Always ask yourself, where is this knight stronger? Here on d4 or here? It's clear that it's much stronger on d4, so that was a mistake. Now my opponent is looking at my queen, but they cannot really push. So, you know, I might be putting pressure here and play the move b4. Okay, I'll change my mind and I will go with the knight towards this square. I could have taken there, that's true. Not sure why I didn't. I'm starting to panic. I just have 50 seconds. Time is ticking. During this speed run, I didn't lose any game. Actually, I lost one. It was against a cheater that got banned. Maybe I should show you that game. But let's not make this the first loss. Ooh, wait. Isn't this free? Yeah. That's free. Yeah, my opponent took 2 pieces for a rook, but that's not a big deal unless they have checkmate. The knight is going there. We'll go all the way back with the queen and say we need to help our king. Our king needs cover. Our king needs cover. But right now we have an exchange up, meaning that we have a rook and our opponent has a knight and a pawn. So we are just +1, as you can see. But it's okay. It's okay. We should be winning. Here, trading pieces is good. Activating the rooks is good. Also, my opponent has a pawn in exchange of, you know, the exchange. In exchange of the exchange. So as a knight and a pawn for a rook. But look at those pawns. They are so weak. And now I'm trading, guys. I'm just trading. I'm just a bit scared. Time is getting short. We are trading. Oh, my opponent is activating. Panic. No, we go back. We just play safe moves. Every time we trade, it's great for us. It's a great deal. And this pawn is well protected, so we are not worried. Okay, that's a free piece, right? That's a free cheese macaroni. Alright, now we just have to find a nice win, and there we go. Do you see the next move? Do you see? Move! That's a fork. Now we take the rook. There is few time, but we are doing this. Let's try to find a quick checkmate. I'll give this check. I know that is a free rook, but it's good to trade everything. Okay, my opponent is not even taking. Okay, I have to think about how to give mate. Maybe with the pawn. Okay, let's go. Let's bring the rook here. This would be checkmating too. This is not yet checkmate. Let's go with the rook. Okay, that's mate. Bang! I think this was a very critical moment of this game because I played the move f5. Instead, I think we should have prepared that move better. Because that's true, I can go here, play f6 and crash, destroy the king side of my opponent, but I don't have pieces to attack. Look at my pieces, the knight, the bishop, the rook, they are very passive. So I should build it up. I should play a move like a3 just to avoid the knight from getting there, then bishop here, then move the queen, maybe bring it to g3, then rook here, then bring this knight again, and then eventually play a move f5. New game! We have the black pieces this time, and I play 4e5. I've been playing this move since I was very small. So I started with playing e4, e5, and then I played the Sicilian, and now I'm back to play 4e5. Okay, what are we doing here? We are in the Spanish, we are in the exchange variation of the Spanish. Now this pawn cannot be taken. Do you know why? Ooh! I'm showing you why. Because the queen is sneaking here, attacking the queen and the pawn at the same time. This is the full idea of the Spanish. The idea of the Spanish is that you're attacking the defensor of this pawn, but you cannot really take it. You cannot really take it because now the queen is so strong here, and I'm going to take back the pawn with check. And okay, my opponent is just going for tricks, right? I mean, they are threatening to take here, which is a check, basically checkmate king here. But I can just take here with check, and then the king can no longer castle. That's quite bad for them. And also, what do they... Oh, I was thinking about moves like this, you know. But unfortunately, that's not working. I think my opponent is being really tricky. Because now the rook could go there, and my king could suddenly be in danger. So I have to be very fast here, protecting everything. I think the best move would be to move g6, attacking the queen, covering the square. And where is the queen going? I mean, how is the queen protecting this knight? Well, the only square is to go here. Okay, I think that's the move. Do we have anything better? Yeah, we could play bishop here. But then the rook here looks annoying, and we have to move the queen again. I don't like it. No. Okay, we'll play the move g3. Oh. No. Life is hard. Don't mouse slip. That's a great tip. That's the best tip ever. Holy crap. Okay, let's try to redeem ourselves. e4. And there we go. I'm still traumatized, guys. I'm really traumatized. Okay, we have 2 pawns in the center. We are playing against the modern. That was the first loss of this speedrun. Oh my god. Okay, fine. We'll just develop the pieces. This is called modern defense. It's modern because, yeah, it's very fancy. You're not following the classical principles, control the center with a pawn, but you're just trying to control the center with the bishop, you know, to control the central square, but from the side. I don't think it's a good opening to start to play because you don't learn the basics. I will just take all the space I can, you know. I will go with 3 pawns and then develop all my pieces, knight out, then bishop here, with hero, maybe long castle. Okay, my opponent is doing something weird. It's a mixture between the cow and the hippo. What is a mixture between a cow and the hippo? What animal would be that? I don't know. What are we doing here? Developing. I think my opponent will play the move d5 at some point, and maybe I will just push d5 myself. Depends if the knight, because the knight doesn't have the square, you know? As we saw in the first game, every time you push, make sure that the knight doesn't get nice squares around the pawn. And this square is controlled by this other pawn. But after pawn takes, I don't know. I'm not afraid of bishop taking here. And if knight takes, I can play a3, and then the knight needs to go there. I could do, okay, I'll go for it. Yes, we are opening up the center while the king is still stuck in the middle of the board. That could be double-edged, but what I think is that after a knight moves, I can play the move d6. And my opponent might be paralyzed. For real. So I can play this move. I'm not in a hurry to play such moves. But I will. Because... Oh no! I blundered. There is this intermezzo. Oh my god, how are we calling this video? My worst chess ever. How not to play chess. Okay. I've lost a pawn. It's fine. But every time you make a mistake, first of all, don't start to enter that negativity circle where you say, I'm so bad at this game, oh my god. But believe. Keep believing we can still swindle our opponents. Also, we got some compensation because our opponents has no longer the dark square bishop. So maybe this was just a sacrifice. Okay, I think I will play bishop here, just being very clear. I want to exploit that weakness. There is a free pawn here that can be taken, but I'm not sure if that is good, because my opponent is wasting some tempos. Not sure. Maybe I should just go safe here. No, I don't play safe. Now, we don't play safe anymore. We just go all in with our pieces, and we try to give checkmate. If the knight takes, I go with the queen here. I'm attacking this knight. If the knight moves again, I can go with the queen here. Wait a second. After bing, boom, bang. Can the checkmate be protected? I don't think so. I mean, there is still a check here, but I just go there. And if the rook takes, it's checkmate. I mean, here we go. YOLO. You only live once. I love it. I love the idea. So bad. My opponent won another tempo here. Okay, we'll go back. I'm playing really terrible. No, really, I think I have to call this video how not to play chess, because now they won a tempo. I was threatening absolutely nothing. Nothing. Just nothing at all. That is terrifying, guys. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, you know what I can do here is castle as quick as possible. My opponent had to play queen e7 to put pressure, so I couldn't castle, because if not, this bishop would be hanging. In that case, I would have had to play king f2, giga chat, then to bring the rook here, and then to bring the king to safety. This would have cost me 3 tempos, so it would have been a problem. Now, right now, what is the problem? Well, we are just 2 pawns down. It's not too bad. No, it's kind of good. No, it's quite bad, but we're dealing with that. I'm doing well. So now this queen is in danger. Is a weak queen that shouldn't be where the queen is, because there is a rook hitting exactly there on the queen and on the pawn on f7. So maybe one day I will play the move g4, just going all in again. But this time I will be careful. I promise, I swear, I will be careful. I already considered the tactics, imagine knight taking here, but it's just not working because I'm just considering the rook sacrifice for a little second, but as the bishop can take, I just discarded. Just not do that. So there is a huge threat, guys. Rook takes here because this pawn is pinned. You know, there's a king behind, so I might have to just go back again. I don't like to go backwards. So what if I move this here? There is a pawn hanging. Maybe I just have to do that. Yeah, I just have to go back. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is what you get for playing bad chess. Once you have a bad position, don't make things worse. This is usually quite a good suggestion. So let's just go back. Yeah, it's a bit passive, but we have to admit we are worst. If we want to try to win this game, we have to wait for a mistake and not make another mistake ourselves. Alright, rook here. I think it's time to make this pawn a bit more solid, and then to go with the bishop here and try to bring slowly all our pieces back to the attack. Actually, we need to move. Also the king, if not this knight, cannot go there because this pawn is still pinned and would be a knight hanging. Okay, this knight is strong, is quite good. It's quite a good piece. Can we go with the knight here, attacking this pawn at the same time? Not really. I have a plan. I will go with the bishop here, attacking the rook, and then I'm going back where everything started. My queen will be sliding on h6. And now after knight here, I will take. Hell yeah. I will just snap it. Just take it. That is going to be lit. I want to go with the knight here, of course, and give checkmate. My plan. I'm a simple chess player. I want to give checkmate. And not getting checkmated like before. We take here, we take here, we take here. The bishop will take. Oh, that's a blunder. I mean, the queens are looking at each other. My opponent is hoping that I'm stupid and I go for this. Well, guys, if you blunder, you're not stupid. You just made a stupid thing. Just saying. And I blundered the queen, but I don't do a stupid thing. And I will see that the queen is hanging right now. Right? Papa l'americano. Okay, let's go with the queen here, giving a check, forking. It's not a big deal because the king can go there, protecting the rook. Now we bring the rook and we offer a trade. Wanna trade or wanna stay peaceful? What do you want? I think the huge problem of my opponent is that the king is weak and that those pieces are not developed. So they are going to pay a very costly bill for this. And I'm bringing all my pieces into the action. Soon the rooks are going to be traded. I think I see this. I take here. The queen has to take. If the king goes here, the rook is going and saying goodbye, queen, hello. Actually, the bishop can still cover, so it's not a big deal. Okay, if the king goes here, I'll just take. Just take the pawn, keep going for checks, keep going, just keep going. It's a bit annoying, there is still this check around, and this pawn can fall. But it's fine. Okay, my opponent is choosing the wrong side. I think that's just wrong. Because now I play rook here, and after bishop here, I go with the knight on g5, and I'm threatening mate. For real this time. Yes. And if f6, the bishop is hanging. I think we are getting this. Okay, good idea. So I will give a check just to show strength. If queen g7, they lose by checkmate on the spot, so they have to move this king here. And then what? I have another check here. The king has to go back. And then I could bring my knight here. I'm threatening absolutely nothing. What an achievement. Okay, what we can do? We have a plan. We can give a check, then we can bring the knight here. Or the rook here. Rook's also great. So right now we are still 2 pawns down. Really? How is this even possible? Okay, first of all, we have at least a draw, which is good. I want to do more. I might even go with the rook just here, knight there, and give checkmate like this, but I have to make it in a smart way, because if queen g7 happens, then I'm kind of in trouble. So for example, if I play king here, then rook here, bishop is out, and then I move this, because, oh wait, if I play knight there, there is queen g7, and then I don't have the rook going there. So I will play this move. This rook is ready to go there. Still, queen g7 is not possible, because I would play, rook check, of course. Now queen g7 is possible, right? But after knight here, queen g7 is followed by rook g3. So it seems like f4 is the only move. Now I cannot go here, I cannot go there with the rook, but I can take this pawn, and the rook is still going on g3 next. So I think this is completely winning. There we go, rook on g3. That's now GG's. They have to sacrifice the queen. I will remove this because they have to sacrifice the queen for sure. Yes, baby. Okay, now it's time to, to find it. Checkmate. Not sure what to do here. Oh, I see. So knight here, knight there, and then checkmate. Knights are so strong pieces because they're sneaky. They can go wherever you want. Every square you want to go, you can reach it. So you just have to find the right path. Not start randomly, because then you don't find it. So don't start randomly. With the knight, you have to imagine the entire path, because if you just move it back like knight here, then you say like, okay, and now what? So just understand the best square for the knight to go, imagine it, and then find the path, the easiest path to reach it. And there we go. There we go. Oh, my opponent is doing really good job, because now if I give a check, the king moves here, the rook is even protected. So they are strong. But I'm going to use my full power, going with knight here. I'm attacking this bishop, which would be a free gift for me. And if they move it here, I'm taking a pawn, which is also a free gift. I appreciate that. Yumi. We are also threatening checkmate, so this has to be taken. That's great. And now I think my opponent will try to bring the rook here and try to use it to deliver some check of desperation. But I don't mind. I'll go with my queen active, trying to farm some pawns. I mean, ideally, how do I win this game? I just have to take all the pawns and promote another one. Because just with one queen against the rook, it's not so easy to give checkmate or things of that sort. So I need to promote a second pawn. And I'm going to do that. I'm taking here, then I'm taking here. Yeah, for my opponent, it's not really easy. Okay, I'll push this pawn, just because I don't want to lose my pawns. That's great. I think they want to take here. They want to take there once I take here. But then I still have a pass pawn, so I should simply take there. Yeah, I will simply take this. After rook takes, I give a check, and then I take this pawn, and my pawn is just ready to dance. Red carpet, look at this. Look at this. My pawn is a star. And GG's. Hope you enjoyed this blunderful video. There is lots to learn also from the mistakes. And you might want to check out how to get to 1700 in chess. But before that, like and subscribe.